Hello, Artful Manifestors. Thank you for joining me. Today we are receiving a message from Ashtar. If you're curious about who that is, right after this introduction, I'll be giving a brief description about him. Before we do that, I want to let you know that I'm giving away a free personalized tarot reading, and all you have to do to qualify is give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and type manifesting miracles in the comments below. All right, to pick your reading, all you have to do is look at the images and the crystals and see which you're most drawn to. For pile number 1, we have card number 54, Trust Your Innocence, along with a clear quartz crystal. And for the second reading, we have card number 37, Mount Shasta, along with the star-shaped crazy lace agate. And for the third reading, we have card number 15, Fire, with Sodalite. Let your intuition be your guide. Whichever crystal and or image you're most drawn to is probably the reading meant for you. Of course, you're always welcome to listen to 2 or even all 3 of the readings, as there may be additional messages for you there. You'll find all the links in the description box below. Hello, thank you for your interest in Ashtar. So this, I'll put which deck this card is from, and it's actually not a deck, it's a game. I thought I was ordering a deck and I got a whole game, but it's pretty cool. And I'm gonna just read some of what is in this little book that came with this game. Ashtar is an interstellar leader sent here to evolve human consciousness, reawaken dormant past life memories, and help us to recall our innate galactic knowledge. Now, I like to just think of this being as somebody here that is helping the planet raise its vibration and consciousness. And this includes not just humans, but animals as well. And there's so much evidence of this, seeing a deer and a coyote, or a deer and a mountain lion being caught on these wilderness cameras as friends, hanging out with each other. All these unlikely pairings, or kittens raising ducklings or chickens, or cats raising ducklings or chickens. So I do think that this is a time where not only humans are evolving energetically, raising our consciousness, but all beings on the planet. And I've always felt that plants and trees are already very evolved. They have had more time on this planet than we have. And yeah, you can definitely gain a lot of knowledge by connecting with the plant kingdom, trees. They do talk to you, and indigenous people will tell you that this is how they know which plants to use for which ailments, which plant medicine to use, is because the plants tell them. All right, there is another little blurb in another book from this same game. It says, beyond the veils of earthly education rests a grand story that is seldom spoken about in modern schools. A story passed out over the fires of indigenous people for thousands of years and spoken about in the halls of Lemuria, Atlantis, Egypt, India, and Tibet. This great truth that our origin hails not from earth but from the stars. This card has been sent your way to reconnect you to your star origins. It is this universal consciousness that will propel you and our species to heightened levels of awareness. If you are unfamiliar with your star origins, Begin by making a request in prayer or intention to be guided to a deeper awareness of your connection to the stars. Upon your request, many service workers beyond the veil will assist your journey. If you already feel some connection to your star origins, now is the ideal time to dive deeper and ask to receive greater knowledge. So that is Ashtar. Thanks for listening. Enjoy your readings. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You chose the clear crystal quartz, which helps to balance all of your chakras and amplify your powers, enhance your intuitions, helping you to manifest and bring your ideas, your dreams into 3D. You also chose Trust Your Innocence. And Ashtar wants you to raise your vibration by forgiving yourself, by letting go of fear, of guilt, of anger, and to try to remember what it was like to be a very young child, or to notice what young children what their expression is. And so this would be a very young age, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, when they're still just have this strong faith in the world and just very happy with their choices. There's not really regret in these ages. And so this is what Ashtar is helping you to shift so that you can be part of the consciousness evolution of our planet that's occurring at this time. All right, let's get a card from this deck. Pile number 1. What message does Ashtar have for pile number 1? All right, I feel this one. Ooh, air dragon. So the air dragon is sort of that flash of understanding or sometimes inspiration, but you see these lightning bolts here, and air, it's like, you know, the suit of swords in the tarot deck. Air, it's that element. It's connected to our thoughts, our ideas. And what Ashtar wants you to know is that sometimes when you're pondering something, you may have this deep thought, and maybe you're wondering about something like the origins of an ancient civilization or something about your personal life. And then it's like, all of a sudden, it just seems like you have the answer. And that is Ashtar guiding you to the answer. If we look at this card, it says, all that I seek is found in me. So Ashtar isn't giving you the answer, but guiding you to ask yourself questions in your mind and just to connect into that collective consciousness knowledge that we all are interconnected into. All right, let's get a card from this deck. If you hear something in the background, it's my little dog playing. All right, Druid, hold the space. You know, with the air dragon and the Druids were the scholars of their time. So I'm really getting this feeling, idea, sense that you are a very intelligent being that thinks a lot. And look at this little crystal in his staff. It looks like the clear quartz. So you may also use crystals as a way to help you divine and help you to amplify, both receive information and to direct your energy. And, you know, the Druids they had a tree wisdom, a tree language. So I see you connecting with trees or spending time with trees or a tree. There may be one special tree that you like to sit under, or perhaps you like to go walking in the woods, or you're drawn to places with trees or specific kinds of trees. And so Ashtar is wanting you to be curious about these particular trees, whichever ones you're drawn to. And this is going to give you insight to something. Wow, that is so interesting, pile number one. Let's get another card and see what other message. Okay, wow, that just flew out. Motivation. When spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy and do it. Okay, wow. So we have the air dragon here, holds the space, and now we have motivation. So whatever it is that you've been thinking about, now is the time to do it. And at the time that I'm doing this reading is during the Lion's Gate, when the Lion's Gate is open. So this is an excellent time to have your intentions, your focus multiplied, amplified. All right, let's get some more. Let's get some tarot cards and get some more information. Pile number one. All right, the King of Pentacles. Okay, if there were a tarot card that was connected to the Druids, I would say it was the King of Pentacles. And look at his shield with this tree on it. And he's out in nature. So perhaps your idea has something to do with nature, or perhaps spending time in nature is going to give you that motivation to take action. Maybe you've been thinking about gardening, starting a garden, and you might think, oh, it's too late because it's this time of the year. But there are different plants that grow. They have different seasons, so you're meant to plant them at different times of the year. So you can just find out, you know, what's meant to be started at this time and start there. The King of Pentacles is also grounded. It's this earth energy. It's practical, methodical, nurturing. It's a masculine energy, which is, you know, the masculine. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. Masculine is the active energy and feminine is the receptive energy. So this is taking these ideas and making them a 3D tangible thing. So it's going from the air element and idea, thoughts, to an earth element, something that you can touch or see, an actual thing. All right, let's get some more tarot. I'm loving your message, pile number one. The 7, the Chariot. So maybe you have been holding the space for a while, kind of been in a holding pattern with this idea for whatever reason. Maybe it was doubt, maybe the conditions weren't right, maybe you didn't have all your ducks in a row, whatever. But Ashtar is telling you now is the time to act, to do it now. And if there have been any impediments, they are being cleared for you. the Hierophant. All right, so you know, when I see sevens, I think of spirituality, and then we get the Hierophant, which is a spiritual figurehead. So perhaps this is related to your spirituality. And Ashtar wants you to know that your spirituality is directly connected to nature. You are of this earth. At least your physical body is of this earth. And as long as you inhabit your physical human form on earth, then you are, you know, connected to the earth in a very natural way. So by communicating with the trees, gardening, standing on the ground barefoot, doing things with earth, this is going to amplify your power. This is going to balance you in all areas of your life. And with this Hierophant, we see this, you know, kind of labyrinth. Sometimes with our ideas, it's like we have this idea, but we don't know where to start. It's like being in a maze. And perhaps that's what has been impeding you. But again, I see this clearing. I see that shifting for you. The Three of Wands. Yes. So whatever it is that you start now, it's going to yield better results. And this came up in yesterday's reading, I believe. But whatever it is, it's like, it's going to multiply. It's going to be bigger than what you return. It's like if somebody invests their money in some company or some stock, and they have this expectation of what percentage of return they expect back, but it's 3 times that or more. This is also an investment in your mind, body, and spirit. So it's not just returns, tangible returns, but it's feeling fulfilled. It's healing. It's a spiritual experience, an emotional fulfillment, an emotional engagement, as well as a tangible result. Wow, I love that. And the Ace of Swords. You know, I was going to say that the Arab dragon was like the Ace of Swords. Maybe I did say that. But here you go. Here is your idea. Here is you beginning. It's like once this shifts, once you start doing something, not only are you going to see results spiritually, emotionally, and physical, tangible results, but it's going to start this like snowball domino effect to where now you get more ideas. It's like a muscle. It's like the more you experiment and explore and try things, and then you see, oh, this worked. Oh, this didn't work. Let me make this adjustment and let me try it this way. Oh, okay, this worked. And then you get more ideas and you just keep expanding and expanding. Wow, really, really nice, pile number 1. So excited for you. And you know, the Chariot is not just about getting past obstacles, it's also success. It's an achievement, as is the Three of Wands. So I see you with whatever this idea that's been percolating in your mind that you now begin to take action on. I see you succeeding with the Chariot, the Three of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. And it's going to yield bigger results, and it's going to create this expansion of your mind to where you keep coming up with more and more inventive and creative ideas. Wow. And deeper understandings. Pile number 1. So amazing. Please let me know what resonates. I love reading your comments when you share how it relates to your life personally. It's really, really amazing to read your stories. So excited for you. What a wonderful, successful, powerful reading for you, pile number 1. Thank you, Ashtar. The light in me sees the light in you. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the star-shaped crazy lace agate, which is a very positive stone. It's also called the laughing stone. It raises your vibration. It helps to increase your physical energy and your mental concentration. It's a energy balancer and stabilizer. You also chose the card Mount Shasta. And Mount Shasta is one of the energy vortexes on the planet. There are places all over the planet that have a concentrated energy because of the landscape, the chemical makeup of the rocks, the crystals that are found there, the plants. And Mount Shasta is one of these places. And I love the depiction of this card because we see this energy that's connected from the stars to different places on the land. And it makes me think of how, ancient civilizations would build these structures like the pyramids that aligned with certain stars or lined up with the equinox. And we also see this grid across the land. So there are these ley lines of energy that are across the planet. So for example, if you find yourself in a job or career field that has you traveling back and forth, what you are doing is you are raising your vibration. This is why people in the past would go on pilgrimages, because it wasn't just the destination that increased their energy. There's something about traveling along these ley lines that was very healing and elevating. So again, we have this theme of raising your energy, raising your vibration. And so Ashtar is here to help you raise your vibration and expand your consciousness. You may even receive downloads as you travel these ley lines. And if you feel called to visit someplace, travel out of town to go to a site, whether this is a man-made structure built on a vortex or a natural structure like a mountain, Ashtar is encouraging you to heed that call. Your intuition, your body, your higher self, your consciousness is wanting to travel there and go to this place and soak up the energy. All right, I love your message already. Pile number 2. Let's get a card from this deck. I do list all the cards that I use in the description box below, and if I have a link as to where you can find them, I'll include that as well. All right, we have a goose. So the goose is a symbol of stability. It's the kind of stability that lets you know you're ready to start a family or purchase a home, commit to something, commit to yourself. and geese can travel great distances. So in addition to this earthly commitment or relationship type of commitment, there's also woven into that the ability to have a very fulfilling spiritual practice, spiritual life. Beautiful message. Let's draw another card. What message does Ashtar have for pile number 2? Drum, dream, and journey. Journey, look at that. So you may also receive, in addition to understandings, you may receive inspiration from these travels that you may feel little nudges like, I'd really like to go to this place. And if you do, then do some research on that place, on trips to that place, and see if you can find a way to go, because there's something happening on that trip that is going to inspire you to do something. It's going to not just be healing, but again, it's going to elevate your consciousness, which is what Ashtar wants to help everybody on the planet with. Ashtar wants to help you raise your consciousness, raise the consciousness of the planet. So everybody who does that, it helps to increase the rate at which we experience that new consciousness, that higher consciousness collectively. All right, let's draw another card, pile number 2. What message does Ashtar have for pile number 2? All right, music. Listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. So we live in a world of vibrations. What we say, what we hear, it's all a vibration. Our very cells, the atoms that make up our cells, and the strings or parts that make up our atoms, these things are all vibrating and dancing. And you're being encouraged to use sound, whether it's sound bowls or music, singing, chanting, to help elevate your energy. And also you are receiving in the lyrics sometimes a little message, or you're connecting to passed on loved ones, to spirit guides. Sometimes you may have a song in your head, and then you turn on the radio and that song is playing, and that is your guides or your passed on loved ones letting you know that they gave you that little nudge, that they are communicating to you. They knew that song was playing, and they wanted to give you evidence of their presence, and they want you to tune into their vibration in those moments because they're connecting with you. Love that for you, pile number 2. Let's get some tarot cards and see what other messages Ashtar has for you. All right, the devil. So the devil is anything that is tying us down, that's binding us, that's making us feel trapped or controlled. So these can be habits, addictions, thoughts, thought patterns, beliefs, behaviors, sometimes even automatic responses. When we get triggered and we go into survival mode, how do we either escape that feeling, or how do we comfort ourselves? So the devil card is all about freeing ourselves. 5 of Wands. So the Five of Wands is something bubbling up. I feel like maybe there's something that you have been wanting to let go of, whether it's a belief, a thought, a habit, a substance. And there's this feeling rising up in you where you're just going to have this understanding that this device, this vice that you're using to, again, escape a feeling or comfort yourself, that it's not healthy. It's not helping you anymore. Maybe it comforted you at one time, but now you're growing past it. As your vibration rises and increases, these lower vibrations, these pseudo comforters, these pseudo vices, they're not going to work for you anymore. The Ace of Pentacles. So you're entering a new phase. It's like going through a portal. And the Pentacles card is the earth energy. So you're becoming more grounded, just like we talked about with the Crazy Lace Agate. You are now finding within you the comfort, the soothing, the answers. Everything is inside you. So instead of turning to external vices or behaviors, even people, sometimes we may look to other people to comfort us or to distract us, So I'm seeing somebody who, they don't like to be alone with their thoughts. And it's not the same as being lonely. It's more like they want to escape their thoughts. So they're always calling people or texting people, trying to find people to spend time with so that they can kind of escape those thoughts, whatever those thoughts are. And what I see is that you're realizing that that doesn't really vibe with you anymore. You're stepping through this portal to the other side, to where you're stronger now, you're more stable, you can comfort yourself. The Ace of Pentacles is also success in a material sense, a real physical kind of way of experiencing some type of success. It's both the ending and the beginning of something. So I see whatever this Devil card is, that it's like you're done with this energy and it ends, and it creates this space and this opening for you to start this new cycle, this cycle of manifesting what you want from within. On this Ashtar card, it says, all that I seek is found in me. So all the comfort that you seek, all the love that you seek, all the validation, the power, it's all coming from within you. So something's happening where you're no longer dependent on other people or vices or anything like that to validate you or comfort you or make you feel worthy or loved. It's now coming from within. How beautiful. Pile number 2. Wow. The Death card. Yeah, there it is. Confirmation that this is the end of that cycle. And this little red butterfly, and then we see a white butterfly, they are symbols of transformation and cycles. We're constantly being reborn. And the Knight of Cups. Love this. This is fulfillment. This is a beginning of a new journey. The Knights have energy. The cups are connected to emotions and abundance. So in addition to whatever this is, I think what's going to happen with this Ace of Pentacles and this Knight of Cups is, because you're letting go of this, let's say that your vice is just watching TV, you know, or playing video games, and this is how you kind of escape things. And as you let go of this, you end that cycle, and it creates this space for this abundance in the physical, but it's also very fulfilling. It's like the video games or substances or external validation it was like an empty kind of sustenance or comfort. But now that you are accessing this power from within you, it's so much more real and vibrant and powerful, that you are so much more fulfilled. What you were afraid of, perhaps, that you know, maybe you were too scared to try something, to commit to yourself. Whatever that was, I see it coming to an end, and it's like you've transformed it, you've transmuted it in this new dimension, this new world. It now carries the energy of this Knight of Cups. It's like he's holding the Holy Grail. He is the channeler of divine creativity, divine inspiration. So it's like this, whatever this Devil card was, is it was using up energy that now you can apply to manifesting and being creative. There's a lot of creative energy in this reading. We had the Mount Shasta, and we talked about, you know, dreaming, journeying, traveling to these places and getting inspired by music and the lyrics of music, being ready to commit to something. And the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles, both very creative, creating in a very tangible way and in a very fulfilling way, taking this love and passion, this divine inspiration, and bringing it into a physical reality. Amazing, pile number 2. So happy for you. Please let me know if you're creating music or you love music, or in what other ways that this message resonates with you. I love hearing about your lives and what you're creating and doing and understanding, and how you're interpreting the readings. Thank you, Ashtar. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Sodalite, which is connected to self-expression, self-truth, communication. It increases your intuitive abilities and your connection to spirit. It helps to facilitate spiritual awakening. You also chose the card Fire, Solaris Sublime, and we see a figure sitting here, and these two dragons intertwined. There's actually 4 dragons. This is the Kundalini rising. This is our creative force, our divine creative force. And it's about a spiritual awakening. So there's already a connection between the Sodalite and this card. Love that. And we see these eyeballs. So again, this intuitiveness, expansion, this remembering and experiencing the collective consciousness, the interconnectedness of all of us, of everything in the universe, and a harmony within ourselves. Harmony within ourselves and harmony within everything. Nature, the cosmos, relationships, all of it. Love that already, pile number 3. Let's see what other messages Ashtar has for you. I do list all the cards that I use in the description box below, and if I have a link as to where you can find them, I include that as well. All right, we have the cow, which is a symbol of nurturance, sustenance, abundance, love, protection. All right, let's choose a card from this deck, pile number 2. What other message does Ashtar have for pile number 2? All right, we have stag, trust and thrive. 2 animals with horns. Interesting. And they're both herbivore animals. So I'm getting this feeling of protection, being protected, trusting that you are protected, releasing fear, and use the energy, transmuting fear into excitement and enlightening yourself, making yourself lighter, both in luminescence and density. There is no fear in light beings. It's a heavy emotion. So I see you releasing that. I see you entering a phase where you're releasing this desire or feeling like you need to protect yourself. All right, let's get a message from this other oracle deck, pile number 3. What message does Ashtar have for pile 3? Flourish, look at that, thrive and flourish. The lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. Flourish, yeah. I mean, I feel like the word flourish is the most significant thing that Ashtar wanted us to see from this card. I'm hearing that there's a fear of not having enough of something, whether it's a feeling like love or physical something like resources, and that fear and focusing on not having enough of something is creating the exact thing that you don't want. So where the attention goes, the energy flows. So if you're always worried about not being good enough or people not liking something or not having enough of something, then that's what you're manifesting. That's what you're creating. All right, let's get some tarot cards and see what other messages Ashtar has at this time for you. All right, we have the Tower. So the Tower is, it's an external, sometimes it's an external event that brings light to the situation. It brings change to your life. And sometimes it's an aha moment, a revelation. But in any case, it is something that changes your life. So your life is about to change. 3 of Cups. I love this after the Tower because the 3 of Cups is a celebration. It's you celebrating something worthy of celebration. Look how, I love how giant their chalices are. Yeah, and what I'm seeing is these moons down here. So it's like celebrating this new phase of your life. And look at these triple swirls that are both on this card and this card. That is amazing. The triple goddess spiral is about the cycles of life. So if you feel like you're going through a time of lack or scarcity, discomfort, remember that nothing stays the same forever. There's always cycles. So what I see is that there is a cycle of celebration coming into your life. And you know what, I've seen this before, but then I was reminded today that sunflowers are capable of cleansing the soil. So for example, after the nuclear destruction at Chernobyl, the sunflowers were used to clean the soil. They literally can purify things. And sunflowers follow the sun. They follow the light. So again, I see you transmuting this fear into excitement. Wow, I love this reading. Pile number 3, Prince of Wands. So you're learning how to, look at the sunflower. You're learning how to transmute this energy, transform energy. And look at the lion. We're in the Lion's Gate right now. This is happening right now. The Prince of Wands is learning to become the magician. This is why he has a wand. He's practicing his magic. You are learning that your thoughts and your energy create your reality, and you're having this shift so that you're creating the reality that you want instead of the reality that you don't want. Wow. And it's just going to seem magical to you. Remember that when things go well, to stay positive. Don't ask yourself things like things that could sabotage you, right? Stay in the positive. Keep asking what amazing thing's coming next? What wonderful thing is coming next? Keep asking things in the positive light. Be that sun, be that light. Follow the light, just like the sunflower. 5 of Swords. So this is what's coming to an end. This is being shattered. The 5 of Swords, you see all these little lines. It's like glass that's breaking. It's the power struggle between the ego and the heart. So the ego is that almost like a persona, that aspect of us that developed to help us navigate maybe unpredictable or perceived dangerous situations when we were young and developing. But as you grow, it grows and it gets bigger, and it can snowball into this, very fear-based type of energy. So it'd be like somebody who's worrying all the time, or somebody who, takes things and they hear them, they see them through a lens of, this person is trying to hurt me or hurt my feelings, or, and so what I see that this Tower moment is it's shattering that, and you are beginning to trust your heart over your ego and have reason to celebrate. You're going to find things to celebrate rather than things to fear. Wow. The Ace of Wands. Wow, I am just amazed because every single reading has had an ace in it, and they've all been a different ace. This is the spiritual awakening. Look at the Kundalini. Remember, I mentioned Kundalini with this. And it even says fire here. Ace of Wands is fire energy. And look at the lightning bolts here and the lightning bolt here. This is an aha moment where you're just going to shift and change your whole world. You have this spiritual awakening. So the Five of Swords, again, it is this clash of the ego and the heart. But your heart is going to win. Look at this. The Ace is also victory. This is triumph. And this is you beginning this new, passionate, spiritual, creative, adventurous life. I absolutely love that. Pile number 3. What an amazing reading. Wow. Please let me know what resonates. I love to hear your stories and how you interpret and apply the message to your own life. Ashtar, thank you for a beautiful reading. Pile number 3, wishing you the best. The light in me sees the light in you. Thank you. Bye.